What's up? What's up? What's up? Of course, it's me, your boy Richie Rich, man, the Consumer Appliance Report all day, man. So now we're gonna focus on LG wash tower. Back at that again. So we're gonna focus on the parts this time. You know what I mean? How much it's gonna cost you to get the stuff repaired. But as you always know in our YouTube videos, man, we got some nice tunes to bump to, man. Cool, you guys always, man, don't forget, man, enjoy the music, enjoy the videos, but always remember, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification, hit the alert, so every time we shoot a new video, so that you can interact with the videos and we know exactly what appliances you're going to need, that you'd like to purchase, so that we can actually help you so that you can get your money's worth, you know, get your bang for your buck, you know what I mean? So that works out there. So again, we're back on the LG wash tower. And if you've seen a couple videos prior to this, man, it is an awesome looking appliance. That joint is nice. So now we're gonna jump into some parts, talk about that for a little bit, just give you an overall view of the parts that's inside of here, and also how much it would cost you if you do need it to get repaired. If a service company comes out, the unit is out of warranty, and you need to spend some money on it to get it fixed. All right, so we're gonna go through this video. We're actually on the Encompass website. So there's different part sources that we can use. Looking up on LG, wasn't able to find anything as far as any parts for this product, but I was able to find some through Encompass. Again, we're going to give you guys all the links at the bottom of the video. Just make sure that you, again, watch the video, interact with the video. We greatly appreciate that. All right, so let's jump on this, man. Let's get on here. So there's a couple parts, a couple real light parts that's on here. You have your LG bellows, that's like the gasket that connects the washer tub or directly to either the drain pump. And what that does is, again, when you're using the machine, we tend to forget things that's inside of there. So you might find a pin, a hairpin, you might find a pen, you might find a quarter, dime, nickel. There's some of the stuff that's inside your pockets, man. You totally forget about it, and it punctures a hole inside the unit. Units start leaking and you have water all over the place. Alright, so that's why it's best to make sure that you empty out your pockets before you actually load your machine so that you won't have those issues. Alright, don't forget it's a washer and a dryer, so I'm going to be talking about both parts. I'm not going to do two separate videos. It's all in one unit, so whatever we see, whatever parts we notice, we're going to just update you on that. You also have a blower wheel. The blower wheel you're looking at, it is about $36.95. As you watch these videos, you can actually see the pricing on it as well. What can happen sometimes that I see on this blower wheel is typically a customer would normally have like a bird or mice go inside of the dryer, crawl through the vent. That's why you got to be careful with those vents that's outside. So they crawl into the dryer. The dryer blade will stop spinning. Sometimes there's lint, they get caught up in there. Or like I said, you get a bird. Yeah, I've seen them, I've had them. I even had a squirrel. So trust me, they're in there. So you just got to be super careful what's inside. Make sure that your vent outside is not, it's reacting to the dryer. But when they get in, they can actually damage this blower wheel. And you know, again, it's not an expensive part. So if you do need to get that fixed as well, that's something that you can do. I did want to talk about the bellow because I missed the prices on that. You have different ones. One is $20.95. The other one it's $13.95. Alright, so if they are punctured or stuff like that, and don't forget these are just online prices. You're not paying any taxes. You're not having a service company come out to order the parts themselves. So when you allow a service company to come out, order their own parts, it's going to be a markup. Alright, so just keep that in mind. Alright, so let's get, it's not really much on this second video. It's nothing but clamps, so you can see the prices for clamps. Not really big on those. Alright, so we can tackle a couple things. LG motor, let's go to that. So normally at times this motor seized up, right? They seize up, stop running, create a humming noise. So if you happen to need a new motor for your LG dryer that's on top, you're looking at $173.95. Alright, so that's the price of the part of the motor for the dryer if you happen to need a motor for the dryer. Alright, and like I said, they do seized up. I have replaced a few from time to time, but most of the ones I've done is either under warranty, so most the customers don't really pay for them. But if you do have to pay for it out of pocket, it's not that expensive, about 200 something bucks. Remember, the unit alone itself is about $2,000. Alright, it's more than that, but you're getting a discount, so it's about $2,000. Alright, so you're gonna pay to get that fixed, a couple $100 to get that fixed. You won't do that. It beats the price of getting a new one. The dryer also has a drum, and from looking at the drum, not available for resale. So again, you do have third parties that you can actually look up once you have a part number, so that you can verify with different sources if the part's available or not. Alright, so that's good there. Keep it going. Just want to see if I see anything. Yeah, everything is pretty straightforward. And I just got to be careful when I'm going through these videos as well. Suspensions for the washing machine, similar to any washing machine. The suspensions are not that expensive. You're looking at $60 and $95 for this, the suspensions for this particular model. Like I said, it looks like there's just one. So if it's 4, depending on the model, then of course it's $16.95 a piece. Alright, so normally if we replace suspensions, we try to replace them all at the same time, because it's difficult unless it's just physically broken. Then yeah, you replace one, but outside of that, we don't replace all of them, because again, the suspensions are there to make sure that the unit is not bouncing all over the place. So if you need to replace them, you just gotta replace it. Alright. I'm gonna mention the idle pulley on this one. It's a really small part. It's cost as far as $10.95. But it's a part that does go bad. That's something that the dryer belt sits on to rotate the belt on top of the drum. And over time, they do wear out. So you can actually order just the idle pulley by itself. When you look at the video, you can see that. That's $10.95. Alright, so that's pretty good as far as pricing there. Let me see if I see anything else. You got springs, and then you have heating element. Let's go to this. Alright, so yes, on this particular model, I have replaced this heating element before. If you're looking at this heating element right now, right, it is costing, or retail costing, at $128.95. So that's how much it costs. It's more expensive than the traditional LG heating element, because this one is dual. So you have dual heating element, one for high heat and one for low heat. So when you're upgrading in technology, when you're changing certain things to make it a lot more efficient and a lot better, then of course you're gonna have to pay for that. So the heating element comes as an assembly. Most of the times we will order the assembly because it's a lot cheaper than ordering the individual thermostats, and then you get the heating element along with it. So you're replacing everything so that you can make sure that if there's a shortage because the thermostat is blown and your heating element could be bad, instead of just ordering those individual parts and then like 2 weeks later you come back, you're having the same issue. As long as the vent inside the dryer is not clogged up, air circulation is great, then of course we just normally order the whole entire heating element because that's best for it. I mean, you know, that's what we do. Alright, so that's good there. So we talk about that. Heating element, you do have a heating element for the washing machine that heats up the washing machine for different temperatures. That's $56.95. I don't think I've ever had to replace one of those in the last 15 years as far as the heating element on the washing machine. Maybe one. I'm gonna just say one just for the sake of saying so. It's been a long time, but they don't normally go back. All right, so that's nothing for you to worry about there. Alright, so that's good. Let's check out, see what else you got. Washer inlet valve. Let's go with this. The inlet valve. The water inlet valve. Alright, so this is just one water inlet valve. It's not really saying if it's an issue, if it's designated for the washing machine or the dryer. Because now you have a steaming function on different washing machines and different, in different dryers, and on the washer as well. So you have both. So on the dryers you might have a steam function, on the washer you might have a steam function. So it all depends on the actual appliance. It doesn't specifically say, unless I was looking this up to find a part and I'm able to find it, right? So either way, the water valve is $49.95 if you need to replace it. That's one of the benefits of having LG appliances, is that their parts are not that expensive. The biggest issue is, one, finding the parts, and then of course finding a service company that actually works on LG appliances. So that's the issue there. Also, there's another water valve I missed, inlet water valve. So there's another one. One is $24.95. So this one is for the wash machine because I'm familiar with this particular one. So that's more than likely the hot water side to the water valve, because it's normally single. When you're dealing with the wash machines, it's normally dual on the cold water side, because you have one for bleach, one for the main wash, one for pre-wash. So that's a little bit more complicated and complex, and that also have more issues because you have more parts connected together that can actually go bad. And it's best for a technician to come out, so when he comes out, he just replaces the whole thing instead of trying to put it together piece by piece. Alright, because that's not good. Alright, so let's go. Let's see what else we have here. We have thermostat. Again, don't remember how often I have to replace the thermostat on this one. But it's an NTC thermostat, $16.95. Alright, not expensive. Again, alright, so we do have the pulley. So before we had the idle pulley that you can actually get the wheel by itself, or you can get the assembly that comes with the wheel and the pulley assembly. So it comes with the springs and everything else. So on this particular model, it wears down. There's times where the heat from the dryer wears out the pulley and allows the wheel to start melting and get wider and come off, or whatever, or break. Or it squeaks, makes loud noises when it's spinning, so it can wear down. So you're looking at $24.95 for the motor pulley assembly. So if you need to get that, then of course that's just where it is. Alright, that cool little video, I like that. I didn't know they did that, so I'm gonna have to start doing that a little bit more. If you see the video, you're gonna see it. We have door switches. We're gonna go through the door latch. Again, switch assembly, door latch, $56.95. This is for the washing machine. It locks the door so that when you turn the machine on, and it locks, then water can enter the machine. So you don't have to deal with issues with water coming out because there's so much water in it. All right. And again, that's $56.95. Not expensive. You got your filter for the dryer lint screen. Those normally rip up or tear up or break. So that's about $32.95. So if you need to purchase that, of course, you can do it online. Purchase it yourself and just put it in. It's simple, There's certain things you can actually do yourself, man. It's not worth calling somebody to do if you can do it yourself. Alright, so we do have the thermostats. Alright, so let's look at this. The thermostat, the heating element is $100 and something. For the one thermostat, it's $30.95, and that's just getting it online. So you're looking at about 40 something, almost $50 just for that little thermostat alone. But normally when you replace one, you replace both. So you're looking at another part that's could be like 60, 70 bucks. So you might as well spend the additional 30 or 40 bucks to get the whole entire assembly, so you can have all that already together and it's easier to just put it in. Alright, so that's what I'm saying. You gotta think when we're doing stuff as technicians, but as far as the customers, it's better that way. You have your door switch for the dryer, safety door switch assembly, that's $16.95. I'm going to do a little unique video. Oh, there you go, the 360 spin. I kind of like that, Joe. That's tough. I like that. So I might do that a little bit more as I go through these videos if I remember. I know we talked about the stator. Well, this is the rotor. All right, so this is connected to your motor. So you have the stator and the rotor. So the rotor is the magnetic portion of the wash machine. You're only showing one picture. I don't see anything pertaining to the rotor, but it's all magnets on the inside. Alright, so inside of that, if you flip it in the opposite direction, nothing but magnets, allows the machine to rotate and spin. Alright, that part is $118.95. Alright, so if you need to replace that. I know before when we spoke, because I spoke to an LG rep, it's best to replace both of those at the same time from what they're telling us. So we normally go ahead and replace both the rotor and the stator at the same time if you happen to have an issue with it, because these machines are extremely smart, right? So they put sensors to monitor the rotation of the motor. So if the rotation of the motor is inadequate, slow, off kilter, needs to be calibrated, it's not like you can calibrate it with a machine, you just replace the whole entire part. So that can cause the machine to spin erratically, cause it not to spin at all, give you an error message or error code to let you know that, hey, I'm not spinning, right? So again, speaking to the rep, they tell us to make sure that we actually replace both parts. All right, so that's good there. So we'll show you a picture of the stator as well. That's going to be on the video. Common issue that normally happens is the drum rollers that rotates the drum actually wears down. They wear down, they break. So one of those, you're looking at up $29.95 just for one. There's times when I've seen it in certain LG machines, they might have 6 of these in here. All right, so we don't normally replace all 6. We normally replace the one that's broken or damaged. If there's any other issues with the other ones, then of course we'll just evaluate those just to see if they need to be replaced, and if there's 4 that need to be replaced, then we replace all 4. So it all depends on what's taking place there. All right, so just keep that in mind. But again, it's about $29.95. It comes in December. There's 2 different things. I'm showing you this other one on here. It's the same exact thing, but the other one comes as an assembly, but this one just has the wheel on it. So the difference between having the assembly and the wheel is about $7. So yeah, normally if the wheel or the shaft that the wheel sits on to rotate, if that's fine, I just normally replace the wheel. If there's an issue with the shaft, then of course you replace the shaft, but there's times when it's easier just to get the wheel and you just replace the wheel that's broken or damaged. Alright? So you have the LG DC motor assembly. So you got a DC motor. That looks like an issue with the washer, of course, DC motor. That motor is $56.95. Alright? Motor assembly DC pump. Then you have your pressure switch. Pressure switch, man, you gotta, that part is $16.95. Parts like these typically do not go bad that often. I know one of the issues that can come from that is that the pressure switch detects the water level inside the machine. So if there's an issue with the machine filling up with too much water or underfilling with water, or possibly not filling with water at all, that can cause an error or cause the machine to either over flood with water. Then of course you can have leaks and everything else all over the place. Alright, so just keep that in mind. $16.95. And like I said, I love this 360 spin camera that they actually do. And that's pretty slick. Alright, so the other thermostat is about $20.95. So you're looking at roughly about $60-$70, like I stated before, for both of those thermostats. So it's best to just replace it. Alright, so there's different thermostats depending on which one you need. So now we're going to focus on the stator. So this is the motor that allows the unit to rotate. I was hoping that they actually give us a picture of the actual sensor so you actually see it, but they don't. But it comes as an assembly anyway. So once you replace the stator, you get a new sensor on. So that's the thing. And don't forget that motor has a certain amount of warranty on it as well. Alright, so that's cool. But that's mostly it, man. Everything else is good. All these are nothing but just boxes with no description of any part, nothing, the way it looks. You got a little bracket there. Bracket is fine. I don't really have any issues with that bracket. Let's look at this. Okay, drum tub assembly. This is for the dryer. That normally doesn't break. That normally doesn't damage. I'm telling you, man, $81.95. no need to really worry about that unless you're just damaging the appliance like that. You know, misusing it, not knowing how to use it, you know, so outside of that, that's it. Yeah, so that's about it, man, as far as parts. Like I said, this machine, it's nice, but it's difficult to get certain parts for it. I had to search around for different sources to even try to get some type of parts for it so we can shoot this video with limited amount of stuff. Again, we did the best that we can with what we had, you know. So again, don't forget, man, don't forget, and I keep saying it again, I gotta get that out of there, but either way, don't forget, right, as our motto, you help me, I help you, we help each other. Till next time, don't forget, man, email address, all that stuff is gonna be in the bottom of the video. Don't forget subscription, don't forget notification, don't forget the alert. Make sure you remember that. And of course, it's me, your boy Richie Rich at Consumer Appliance Report. Until next time, I am out. Peace.